You know, I believe that we have blessings everywhere. And I even believe that right now we're in a moment where we should make sure that we're counting our blessings every day.
Well,
All right.
thank you so much, Lynn.
You're welcome.
So much and I'd like to welcome you to the Ashro Women at Home series. And today we're discussing connecting through uncertain times. And thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. And before we get into the questions about these uncertain times, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself. We'd love to get to know you.
Okay, sounds good. I'm
About
ready.
yourself.
Well, I am a mom of three. So that's for me, my crowning glory because my last one is actually graduating from college next week. So all
Congratulations.
Thank you. So excited about that. Every single one of them has graduated and they're doing really well. The first two are out and really having a wonderful life at this point, doing their own thing. And my youngest one will be going into research in chemistry as well. So really happy about that. I am a woman who has wears a lot of different hats. I actually train on FMLS agents or real estate agents during the day. And at night, I actually have two businesses that I'm helped to run. The first one is called Eco Sneakers. And Eco Sneakers actually, what we do is we collect sneakers and repurpose them for people that need shoes, as well as keeping them out of the landfills. So we work on environmental health, that kind of thing. And we talk to people, schools, churches, businesses across the country about, donating their sneakers so that we can repurpose them. In addition to that, I actually have a business called Women's Health Consortium, and I keep very, very not busy but productive. I think that it's very important to make sure that you're doing things that give back. I believe that you should also really have a good grounded, centered presence. And I think it's a good idea to just be still when you can. So I'm one of those people who likes to do all those things to make sure that I'm the best person that I can be for me and the people around me. And I will continue to serve as long as I can. So that's who I am and what I do as well. So
I
it's nice to
love
meet you.
that. Well, I love it. And I had a chance to look at your questionnaire. I tell you, I really, really, really loved it. And one thing that struck me, I saw that wrote that you work hard and you play hard. And that
I
is
do.
important. So, why is it vitally important to you to strike that balance?
Well, part of the balance that I keep is because I believe that you should have as much fun as you do. As you're putting effort out, you should have as much fun as you do work. And so for me, you have to have downtime. I mean, it's important. So I work really, really hard doing everything that I do. I put my 115%, 20% in every single day. And so when I play, I also like to go out and have a lot of fun. I like to relax. I like to meet new people. I know it's a little harder now that we're doing shelter in place, but it's important to just take your hair down and enjoy the moments that you have as well. So that I do 120% as well. So 150, yeah. So anyway, I enjoy again working hard and playing hard. I think it's important to have that balance in your life.
Yeah, yes, it is. Now, when you're playing hard, what do you like to do?
Oh my gosh. Lots of things. So I like to read, but one of the bigger things is just going and I like to run. I'm definitely a jog. I jog quite a bit, so I'm probably running 3 to 4 miles every other day. I like to make sure that I'm active. One of the things I just took up recently is knife throwing. So that's really fun
What
to
is it
do.
called? What
Knife
is it called?
throwing, knife throwing, knife
Knife?
throwing,
I,
knives.
oh my goodness, tell me
Is
more.
that so
Oh,
cool?
oh
So,
my goodness.
a friend of mine, it's so funny. These are actually they're presentation knives, but you can actually
Okay.
I put up just in the backyard. I just go out, I put up drywall, And you can
Yes.
just take it and you can aim. And I learned how to aim. I had a friend of mine teach me, and then I just practice actually throwing knives. And so you can get really good at it. And it's
Oh my
very relaxing,
goodness.
believe it or not. So I've got a set of 3 that I throw, but then you can actually, just kind of gain confidence as you go along. And you can actually do it for competition as well. So that's one of the new things that I just picked up recently. I also like to do kickboxing when I can.
Yes.
So that's fun, and I've been just really kind of getting out there. I like to just get to meet people. I like to hike. I like to fish, believe it or not. So
I
there's a lot of
love
I like to
it.
be outside. I'm an outdoors girl.
Yes. Oh my goodness, those are wonderful playthings. I tell you
Yes,
what, knife throwing and kickboxing sounds like something that would be really therapeutic for me.
yes, for everybody.
Yes,
Take it
I
up.
love
I
it.
recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Yes, yes, I love that. And you mentioned repurposing sneakers, and I ran across that when I was looking at your questionnaire. I think it's so wonderful that it's important to you to be eco-friendly. And
Yes,
we
ma'am.
purpose the sneakers before they make it to the landfills. How do you repurpose them?
Well, different ways. Actually, what we've been able to do is the ones that are rewearable, we actually get them cleaned up and we take them out to homeless shelters. We work with the mayor of Atlanta, actually, and we work
Yes,
with to give shoes for people in the warming centers when it's cold.
yes,
We also go to different parks and different places around town where we see people that are homeless, and we actually exchange their shoes out so that they have proper footwear. So we
yes.
go all over the city to do that as well. The other ways we keep the shoes out of the landfills is we actually take them to get them shredded. So if they're not wearable anymore, we actually get them shredded where they can be used for playground equipment. They actually go into the subflooring of basketball courts, basketball courts, volleyball courts, running tracks, the playground material too for different playgrounds around the area. I actually found out that there's a place in Atlanta called the Ponce Highlands Playground that actually has recycled sneakers as part of the playground material.
Wow.
So
Wow,
yeah,
that is,
but the whole goal is to keep them out of the landfills, because what happens is about 300 million pairs of sneakers actually get dropped into our landfills every single year. And that because those actually go into our soil and our groundwater, those are actually that chemical is also going back into our bodies. And so I believe it's important to be more cognizant of the fact that we need to pay attention to what's going on in our environment. And so this is my way of giving back.
thank you so much for your commitment to our community. That is absolutely wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Yes. And Lynn, I saw something else that I really liked about you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you would like to compete in the top 10 over 40 and fabulous contest. So tell us more about that.
Yes, yes. So the City of Atlanta and Best Self Atlanta magazine, Best Self Media magazine, actually have a program that they run every single year. It's called the Over 40 and Fabulous. And I actually was nominated recently to be in the top 40 for Over 40 and Fabulous. And now I'm in the running for the top 10. And unfortunately, because of everything that's going on, we were going to find out, I think, in early April. But now they've
Yes.
kind of postponed that until October right now. So, just because of everything that's going on, they want to make sure that we're, able to get out and about and tell our stories as well. So, but what we're doing in the meantime is we actually have an Over 40 and Fabulous Facebook page where we're posting the different things that we're doing. And what I like about that is that we're sharing the different things that we do, all of our strengths. We're able to kind of talk amongst ourselves and even partner with each one of us. We're able to partner and make some other things happen. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm looking forward to the final determination, and hopefully I'll get on the front of that Best Self Atlanta magazine this year.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to it. And if you
Thank you.
finals, please do. Now, are they asking your friends and family to vote prior to
Actually,
the finalist selection?
yeah, the voting ended March 31st, and so they're just
Okay.
waiting to actually make the announcement until October. So we're just all on tenterhooks waiting for that to
Well, our
happen.
fingers are crossed for one of the Ashro women.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
that. I really do.
indeed.
And it's fun. it really is fun to be part of that. And luckily enough, we're able to go out and post some different things that we've been doing. And I really love that because I'm able to share some of the regimen that I use every day to stay in, stay over 40 and fabulous.
Well, tell us, do tell.
So what
I'm all ears.
since I've been home, and I love the idea that you guys are actually doing this and actually helping us to stay connected, because I think it's a good idea for us to have hope every single day. And it's always a good idea for us to look for a silver lining in every single cloud that we have. I believe that we have blessings everywhere. And I even believe that right now we're in a moment where we should make sure that we're counting our blessings every day. And so, I mean, if you look on the eco level, one of the things I love about what's going on right now is things like the pollution in near the Himalayas, that you can actually see them now. Look at China, where their pollution, and even in LA, the pollution is less. In Italy, they were talking about how the canals are even more clear. So there's a silver lining to everything. And so what I did was I looked at what I could do here, not only for myself, but for my relatives. I'm not able to see my mom right now because I have been out and about doing some training, so I'm not able to really get close to her because she's got some things that I definitely don't want to expose her to. And so what I did was I started a exercise program with her online on a Zoom. So that's one thing that I'm doing, is working with her, making sure that, one of the people on her side where she's staying with my sister, that somebody's there to help support her, but then I work with her doing yoga moves and making sure that she's getting her exercise during the course of the day. I also have an exercise regimen that I do. I call it my international exercise regimen, and it actually includes African dance, Chinese rotation workout, Brazilian butt lifts, my Iranian ab work, and then good old-fashioned jumping rope. So those
I
are some
love
of the things that I do.
it.
Yeah, so it's nice, and I've shared that out on our Facebook page, and just trying to make sure that we're looking at things that we can do for ourselves while we're at
Yeah,
home. So, and I think that's
absolutely.
truly important.
Now, Lynn, are you a member of the Ashro Faith and Fashion Facebook group?
I'm not, but you know what? Now that I know that it's available, I am going to be a
Yes,
member.
yes, you have to be
Yeah,
a
without a
member,
doubt.
and you can post all of that information. I'm a member of the group,
Oh,
and you
excellent.
all of that great information. We would love for you to give us great ideas on how we should be staying fit during this sheltering in time.
I will make sure I do that for sure. Really great, easy exercises to do. And they're not something that's going to take your whole day. You can get up in the
Yes,
morning if you're a morning person, or you can do it in the evenings. And it's something that you can do every day to just become consistent with it. And I think
thank
that's the thing
you.
that is most important, is keeping consistent with your exercise regimen. So we want to stay young and
Excellent.
we want to stay healthy. We want to stay mobile, and that's the way we can
Yes,
do it.
we want to be over 40 and fabulous like you. And wait for you to win this contest.
I know. I'm so excited about that.
Excellent.
Excited.
Yes,
But
indeed.
yeah, so there was one more thing that I wanted to
Okay.
just share with everyone, and with our business with Eco Sneakers. One of the things, and I actually printed it off. One of the things that we were trying to think of is what we can do in this time, because not a lot of people are sharing sneakers just because of the situation that we're in. And so we wanted to find something that we could do to help. And I'm just going to read this just really quickly, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Go
So
right ahead.
all right, so it says, at Eco Sneakers, we've had some time to look at what we do and how we can help others during the shelter in place. And physically, there's not a lot we can do without opening ourselves up and others to possible exposure. So here is what we can do. Offer suggestions on how we can make our little section of the planet better. This is the Eco Sneakers Ways to Keep Your Soul Happy list. Soul spelled S-O-L-E, of course. So
Yes.
um, so our hashtags are happy souls, healing one soul at a time, and paying it forward. So
Yes.
some of the suggestions that we have for loved ones, for friends, family members: you can plant a tree. You can also paint a rainbow with the kids and put it in the window. You can actually do a virtual family workout with elderly relatives or friends. Make sure they have support, of course. One of the other things you could do is buy a little something extra for the grocery store worker, and maybe give back there. You can call somebody who lives alone to check in on them. And those are just some of the things that you can do for loved ones. I also have just a few things that you can do for yourself, because a lot of times we forget that we need to take care of ourselves, especially if we're caregivers for someone else. So
That's
some things that
right.
you can do for yourself is you can meditate for 5 minutes. You can create an oasis in your backyard to meditate. Just have a quiet moment. Plant some seeds and watch them grow. Journal or go for a walk around your neighborhood. So those are just some things that we've offered to share with your families. And the whole thing is about, making sure that your environment is better so that you can be a better person overall. So just some of the
Well,
things.
Lynn, thank you so much for those wonderful tips. And I'm learning
Thank you.
a lot. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. We all
You're
do.
welcome. You're
Yes,
welcome.
indeed. And so now let me ask you, while we're in these uncertain times,
Mhm.
um, what have you found to be challenging?
Um, Sometimes being alone, I because I do a lot of training, I work really, really hard during the course of the day. I'm usually training 6.5 to 7 hours a day. And so, when I'm done for the day, I want to run outside and go and, hang out with my friends
Yes,
and, do those things, the things that I used to do, go to the park, walk, hang out, grill, and just kind of, or go play cards or something. So I also have learned how to play chess. So I'd love to go outside, to a park where you can actually go and play chess. So it's a little bit challenging with that in mind. But what I try to do is surround myself with good people by using my YouTube, or just making sure that my environment is music or it's sound. So when I feel like that, what I do is I turn on some music and I dance around the house. So that kind of helps
yes,
pep me up. So yeah, so that's a little challenging. Our work. I actually work a full-time job, and I'm actually, again, creating another business as well. And
yes,
so actually getting those things done quickly is a little bit more challenging right now because people are, either they're not working as many hours or they're working on a limited or a limited time basis. So it's a little harder to get things done right now. So I think it's all about being patient. I think
yes.
really at this point, and but those are the things. I mean, nothing really else is challenging to me because I
Okay.
just think this is a time when we should enjoy the downtime and the lack
Yes.
of the lack of time that we spend in traffic right now.
Yeah, exactly. Now, let me ask, when you say training, is it personal training or training individuals on something else?
I actually train individuals on we have a software program. I work for a company
Oh, I
called
see. Yes.
First Multiple Listing Service. So I train
Yes.
them on computer programs that they can use for their
Yes.
real estate business.
Well, excellent. Now, let me ask you this. Is it somewhat easier since we're sheltering in now and all of the Zoom meetings, you can schedule them back to back and you don't have to drive to this place and drive to that place? Is
Yes.
it easier for you?
It is great. Actually, it's nice to be able to just walk downstairs, turn on my
Yes,
computer, and
that's
be able to do my
right.
Zoom meetings. So yeah, that's really
Yes.
awesome. And like I said, I love the idea that I'm not having to spend that extra 2 hours in traffic. So it's giving me time to go through some things here that I normally wouldn't even have a chance to, look at. So yeah, that's always a benefit. And the other thing is, while I've been here, I've actually gotten my online distance education certification.
Yes.
So I've
Congrats.
taken advantage of that time as well to make sure that I got that certification behind me, so I can do training not only for my major company, but I can do training elsewhere. So, we have to.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations to you. That is wonderful. And now, as we're sheltering in, some people have considered or have actually invited their parents to come in to look out for them or have their adult children to come home. Have you done that? Have you had more people to come in, or do you still have the same people or person still
I,
in the home as
I
before?
I still have the same person living with me. My son actually lives with me. He's the 22-year-old. He came home from school,
Yes.
so he's with me, and so he has been here the whole time. And so we haven't had anyone else to help. But what I try to do is I try to send money for those people who are doing that, or even food. I try to go out and shop for those people who are adding people into their household, and
Yes.
doing what I can on that level. Just because we don't actually have an extra bedroom,
Right.
so I
Right.
would have to bed them down in the living room or
Yes.
something. So, but for the time, but as long as I can help in other ways to help defray some of the costs that are involved, and maybe even helping by giving them extra donations, hopefully that helps.
Well, that is
So thank you.
wonderful. Well, let me ask you this now. You do have a 22-year-old son. I've got a 30, nearly 30-year-old son. How are you able to convince him of the importance of social distancing, mask? How does he feel about that?
He's all about it. He really
Oh,
is.
good.
And what's funny about it is, right when this started, he was in Miami. So you
Okay.
know how with the spring break and everything. So his
Yes.
college, everybody was down there, and so
Yes.
they actually closed the Florida borders while he was down there. And
Wow.
so he was able to come out, and bring his
Yes.
cousin with him. They were able to actually get out because I think it was just like a day or so when they made that change. So they were
Yes.
able to get here and then finally to get home. And so he actually quarantined himself when he got here. We both
Wow.
quarantined so that we make sure that we would, we weren't exposing anyone to anything that might have happened down in Miami. And so he has been very adamant about when he's going out to the grocery store or if he's going to the hardware store, wherever it is, that he has his mask on. And he does have the gloves when when he feels like it's necessary. He does use them. He keeps them in his car. And he doesn't really go out much as far as like with friends. Or if he does, he'll ask me, well, Mom, this is what's going on at this person's household. Is it okay that I go to them to see
Right.
them? And again, after he comes home, he's quarantining himself just to make sure everything is good. So he's been very smart about this. I think he's cautious. He's not afraid of what's going on, but he's very
Right.
cautious and he's being careful about the things that are going on around him. But it's
Yes.
important.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And now, how have you been able to stay connected to your church family during this time?
Well, I actually we do live streaming, and I actually attend all of our Zoom meetings, our Zoom
Yes.
Sunday school meetings, and I also attend. They have a couple of sessions where they talk about the metaphysical and things like that. So we also attend those sessions as well. So I definitely need that, right? We always need our support for our church
Yes, we
families. So
do.
I make sure that we're tagged in, that we're streaming. We make sure that we're making sure we're calling and checking on those that are infirmed or those that are not feeling well. I call on our church members as well. So try to do everything that I can while I'm home and I have the time to do it. And I
Oh,
think it's something that we should create as a habit. I think sometimes we get away from the things that are important when we're so busy and so distracted with running every day. Sometimes we need to learn to actually put that into our lifestyle, is to just take moments to take care of the people that are around us.
I agree. I
So.
agree. Now, with your friends and your family,
Mhm.
um, special occasions over the last 4 to 6 weeks, have there been birthdays,
Yes.
anniversaries? What have you done to creatively celebrate?
Well, we've had really a lot of fun. We had four major birthdays in April so far. So of
Mm,
course we're almost finished with April. But yeah, it started
yes,
on April 2nd. We just had the last one on the 25th. And so the very
yes,
first one we had, I decided to plan a Zoom birthday. So everybody in the
yes.
family came in, and even my brothers and sisters from all different places, aunts, uncles, joined in.
Yes, yes.
And my ex-husband and I are still friends, and so
Good.
even his family members came in on the phone calls. So it's been really a lot of fun. And what I'll do is I have a pretty blank area behind me, but what I'll do is
Okay.
I'll post baby pictures, or I'll put like share my screen where there's like a whole
Yes,
montage of and collage of pictures and things that we've
yes.
gone through for each person. And then we also ask to share some wisdom with the birthday person. So
Yes.
each person is asked to just give them, whatever their life lesson has been, so that that person can take that message and carry it forward with their lives. So we've
Oh
been
my
doing that, and my
goodness.
mom loves it. She absolutely loves it.
That is a great idea. And I especially like that you got the pictures in the background. That is a wonderful thought. And I'm going to be sure, if that's okay with you, to share that with my family and friends.
Oh, I don't mind at
So
all,
we should
please.
have pictures in the background. That's a
Yes,
really
for
great
sure.
idea. Now,
Well, and
Lynn,
it's nice.
oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, I said it's nice to be able to do that because it surprises them because they're not, they didn't know those pictures existed most of the
Right.
time.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. Well, I tell you what, you are a busy lady with working full time, and then you've got your own business and you've got your nonprofit, and you give so much to others and do so much for others. What do you do for yourself? How do you find that special me time?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm relearning how to take care of me. One of the things I have always loved is taking care of my hair. And so before I would just wash it and really braid it, but now I'm actually going and expanding on doing some new things with myself or with my hair care and doing different oils and things like that. I'm just online learning a lot about taking better care of myself and not really giving it over to somebody else to do those things. So learning, that kind of thing. Now, the other thing that I do is meditate and do yoga. And to me, yoga is for a lifetime because it helps you with joint issues. It helps you with so many different things. And it also helps you with the meditation process. And so after all those great workouts that I do, I actually slow down and I take time to meditate and to do yoga. And that helps with your breathing. It helps for total body health. And it just helps for definitely your mental health too. So those are the things that I do for me.
Well, thank you for
And
sharing that.
now,
Thank you.
one other thing that I do for me, and I
Yes,
like this, and I'm actually starting this process is every month I'm going to go out and shop for what I want. And so
good for
my
you.
my first thing is every month I'm going to go out and do 2 pieces from Ashro every single month. So
Yay, yay, that deserves two snaps up.
I know.
Yes,
So
indeed.
my since my son's graduating, I feel like I've gotten a raise, and so
Yeah. Oh my
I'm
goodness,
going
that's
to
right, from
use that money
college.
towards my clothing allowance.
That's, yeah, absolutely. You deserve it. You
Yes, we
deserve
do.
it. And now your hair is absolutely beautiful.
Thank
Have you
you.
been going to the hair salon prior to sheltering in, or do you always do your hair?
No, I actually was going to the hair salon prior to sheltering in. So
Mhm.
I was letting someone else do it. She braided it, certain things that she would do that, sometimes I'm just running so much that I don't take the time to do it. And so since we've been sheltering in, I've learned how to do my hair. Thank you. And thank you for the compliment. It was like so these are things that I'm learning to do. I get online on YouTube and I try to study some of the things, some of the techniques on how to make sure that our hair is moisturized and we're taking care of it so that it doesn't get dry or brittle. So that's one of the things that I'm working on now. And it's grown tremendously since I've been doing it here at home. So that's been helpful as well.
Well, you've done an exceptional job for
Oh,
sure.
thank you. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Now, how are you adjusting to even things that used to be simple, like grocery shopping, and now they're asking? My husband and I would go to the store maybe twice a week, but now they're asking that we go maybe once every 2 weeks. How are you making that adjustment?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a little bit harder because I live right next to the grocery store, I would go every
Mhm.
day. And
Yes.
so the way I'm making the adjustment is just planning my meals. So when I know that I want to cook something even for the span of the week, what on Saturday or Sunday, I will sit down and make a list of the things that I want and the ingredients that I'm going to want for whatever those the recipes are that I want to do for that week, and then I'll go to the store and get the things that I need with the vegetables and fruits and things like that. So I'm definitely limiting the amount of time that I'm in the grocery store because I don't want to be exposed. But it does help me to be able to keep more organized too. And here, the other thing is I'm eating better because I'm cooking at home more. I'm not eating all that other
Yes.
stuff out. I'm actually learning how to make the favorite things that I have from the restaurants. So
That's,
that's
oh,
been really fun.
wow.
Yeah,
That is
I know.
excellent. Good for you. Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
yeah.
Now let
So
me
that's
ask you this. What is the one thing that you absolutely always love doing, but couldn't do it for the last 4 to 6 weeks?
go to
How have
Piedmont.
you compensated?
Wow, that's a hard one. Going to the park and running or doing a workout has been
Mhm.
something that I always love to do. And my favorite parks are Piedmont and Kennestone. And now
Oh,
the parks are
yes.
closed. And
Mhm.
so what I've been doing is we've got a high school that's not too far from us. So I will run stair laps at the high school, or I'll run up and down the hills at the high school to kind of give me that feel that I'm hiking or that I'm doing that extra workout. So just try to walk more around the areas where I feel like I'm comfortable. And then, like I said, to compensate by doing, even doing my international workout in-house, instead of being able to do that at the park where I work out with the obstacle courses. So just trying to
And
make
when you're
sure it
home,
happens. Hmm.
oh, that's excellent. Now, you're dressed absolutely beautifully. Your makeup is perfect. The
Thank you.
your clothing is beautiful. Now, do you find yourself still dressing up, particularly since you're working from home? Do you dress up?
Every I sure do every single day. I wake up and I plan my clothing at night. It's a lot easier to do now, right?
Yes.
So anyway, I plan what I'm going to wear at night, and so I'll have my jewelry and everything ready. And in the morning, I get up, get do my workout, get my shower and everything, and get my makeup done and get ready for my courses. So yes, I do dress every single day because I feel like it's important, especially now when I'm training in front of people. I want to make sure that they know that I'm representing myself and my company in the proper way. So I
Well,
like to dress up. I think it's been fun. It's been fun having that extra time to put the makeup on and to do these extra things. So yeah, I enjoy it.
well, you look amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
And now, is there a special scripture that is getting you through these times?
Um, a special scripture.
Or adage or poem
Yeah.
or
Actually, a couple of things. Uh, I don't know that this, and I'm struggling because there's so many that I love. But one of the things I think about, and I will say the poem actually includes the idea about God and us being children of God, and that is a poem by Marianne Williamson, and it's called Our Deepest Fear. And what one of the things she talks about is that we are children of God, and our playing small does not serve the world. And so what she's saying is that there's nothing good about us playing down or being inauthentic, because God expects us to be our authentic selves. And so I think about that, and I think about John when it talks about ye are gods. I believe that God is in us, God is all around us, and God is through us. And so when with that said, I every single fiber of who I am and who and what I do is based on what God tells me to do in my soul. So so yeah, I think everything that I do is God. So everything that I read about, everything that I do, everything that I am is from him and from, the things that he's put in me. So
well, Lynn, thank you. You have truly inspired us today. You
thank
have
you.
great words of wisdom to us today. And I tell you all of the wonderful things and that you're doing and the goals that you have. We're certainly going to follow you with the 10, is it 40 over 40 or 10 over 40?
It's going to be 10 eventually. It's right
10
now
over
it's 40 over 40, and then we're
40
going to
over
be voting for 10 over 40. So hopefully
this.
I'll be in that. I am going to be planning on being on that top 10 of the
Excellent. So
over
you're
40
already
age
in
group.
40 over 40. You
Yes,
made the, yes,
I
and that
made the
is a,
40.
yes, that is a great feat. And so we're going to be following
Thank
you
you.
and wishing you well. And
Thank you.
before we go, is there anything that you'd like to share with us and to encourage us as we're going through this time?
Um, well, one thing is make sure that you are taking care of yourself and make sure you treat yourself. And one of the things I really, like I said, I love to do is to go on and shop a little bit. The thing I love about Ashro and being an Ashro woman is your clothes represent the authentic, beautiful, strong, resilient women that we are. And I think that's something that we need to make sure that we continue to remember, first of all, first and foremost, that that is who we are and continue to be, and stay strong in that thought process, and make sure that we're taking care of ourselves every single day. Do something for yourself every day.
Well, that is simply amazing. I could not have said that better myself. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of what is really a busy, busy schedule for you to
Well,
talk.
thank you.
Appreciate you.